South Korea's president emphasizing that cooperation between Seoul and Tokyo is more important than ever amid Japan's deepening diplomatic row with China. Mr. Lee met Japanese Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi in her hometown of Nara as both sides look to deepen ties in both security and their economies. CNA senior correspondent Michiyo Ishida tells us more.
Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi stressed the need to maintain warm ties with neighbor South Korea and also with its close ally, the United States, to counter growing tension in East Asia, repeating this several times.
両国を取り巻く戦略環境が厳しさを増す中、日韓関係、そして日韓米の連携の重要性はますます高まっています。大統領との間では日韓関係の戦略的重要性について認識を共有し、両国が地域の安定に連携して役割を果たしていくべきとの点を確認しました。
The talks between Ms. Takaichi and South Korean President Lee Jae-myung came just a week after Mr. Lee met Chinese President Xi Jinping. Ties between Tokyo and Beijing soured after Ms. Takaichi made remarks suggesting that a Taiwan contingency, if it involved the use of force, could prompt Japan to exercise its right to self-defense. Since then, Beijing, which regards Taiwan as part of its territory, has discouraged its citizens from traveling to Japan and announced it would curb dual-use exports to Japan. Ms. Takaichi and Mr. Lee did not mention the diplomatic spat at the media conference. Instead, Mr. Lee said he emphasized the need for trilateral cooperation among Seoul, Tokyo, and Beijing.
저는 동북아 지역의 한중일 3국이 최대한 공통점을 찾아 함께 소통하며 협력해 나갈 필요가 있다는 점도 강조하였습니다.
Both leaders agreed to enhance cooperation in areas including economic security, science and technology, and transnational crime. They also pledged to advance discussion on common problems both countries face, such as low birth rates and aging populations. The leaders said they would continue their shuttle diplomacy efforts. On Wednesday, the two leaders are expected to visit Nara Prefecture's Horyuji Temple, a UNESCO World Heritage Site housing the world's oldest surviving wooden structures. Michiyo Ishida, CNA, Tokyo.
We spoke earlier with Stephen Nagi from the International Christian University in Tokyo. He said South Korea and Japan, in the face of pressure from far larger power China, have every interest in improving their relations.
President Lee is really trying to balance the great powers within the region. It doesn't want to offend China. It still wants that essential market access to the Chinese market. At the same time, it wants to have the most positive relations with the United States and the Trump administration to deal with the challenges of North Korea. And of course, I think the long-term challenges of China's economic rise and what does that mean for strategic autonomy by countries. And President Lee is also thinking about its relationship with Japan. And what we've seen in terms of the Japan-South Korea relationship over the past 5 or 6 years is that it's actually moved in a much more positive direction. This started under President Yoon, and it's continued under President Lee, and I think it's going to continue under Prime Minister Takaichi, President Lee, as they both see convergence in strategic interests as both Beijing and Washington have become more unstable partners within the region. When there's instability amongst the Chinese and the U.S., the best choice for the Japanese and the South Koreans is to work together and be aligned on strategic interests.